everybody and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about my high-end eyeshadow palette, so I'm super excited to share those with you guys. I also want to mention that I did create an Instagram account for you guys to follow, so if you would like to check that out, I will leave my Instagram somewhere down below in the description box, so go ahead and check that out if you would like to follow me. So let's get started. I'm going to share these palettes with you, but I'm also going to insert picture clips so you guys can actually see the shadow detail. So let it start. I have 6 palettes to share with you guys. The first brand I'm going to talk about is Tarte. I picked up this palette probably around March, I believe, or April. I think it came out just around springtime. It's a perfect palette. It's really pretty. If you're into shimmers, you will love this palette. This palette is the Make Believe in Yourself Eye and Cheek palette. Cheek? I wonder why cheek? Oh, for highlight. That was a ridiculous question. So this is what the palette looks like. There is only one matte shade in this palette, which throws people off, but if you're really into shimmer eyeshadows, I highly recommend this palette, and the payoff is really, really pretty. The pigment is beautiful. So you have a really pretty brown shade here called Magic, this copper shade, a green shade, a light purple shade, a darker purple shade. You have 2 really pretty blue shimmer shades, another purpley kind of shade, and then a really pretty pink shade. And then the shade in the middle is white, and it's perfect to highlight your brow bone, your inner tear ducts, your cheekbones, I guess, which I think would be a little too white, but I don't know. And it comes with a cute little mirror, which is wonderful as well. So I really thought that that palette was beautiful. The packaging is super cute as well. The next palette I have from Tarte is the Tarteist Pro Amazonian Clay palette. I really like this palette. You have 4 shimmer shades, which are stunning. You have a gold, a pinkier color called Glam. You have a purple color called Minx. Mindy Minx, but yeah, no, but it's okay. And then you have this blue teal kind of shade called Trendy, and then you also have all of your matte shades. So it is perfect. I reach for this palette a lot. I really like this palette. So moving away from Tarte, I want to talk about, and I know everybody's been talking about this, is the Carli Bybel BH Cosmetics Deluxe Edition 21 Color Eyeshadow and Highlight Palette. I have mentioned this in previous videos. I adore this palette. I think it is so perfect for every day. It comes with a protective sleeve, which is really great because the palette is white and very pretty, and I don't want to get it dirty, so I always leave it in its protective palette after I'm done using it. So you open it up and you have a really pretty mirror, and then the inside is marble, which I adore. I think it's so pretty. And then she has a little quote in here She has a little quote in here that says aspire to inspire, which I thought was brilliant. So you have a variety of matte shades in this palette and shimmer shades, and they are so stunning, and the pigment is amazing, and the palette really is so affordable. I think it was $22 when I picked it up, which is for the color and the amount that you're getting in here, and the payoff on the highlights is an amazing deal. It is just a stunning, beautiful palette. I love it. I reach for this one and my Tarteist Pro palette the most. They are the 2 most palettes I use in my collection. These are just so stunning. They're perfect warm shades. You've got really pretty purpley shades in here, and the shimmers are amazing. The 4th shimmer, this really pretty, how would I describe that? It's like a pinky, purpley, reddish shimmer shade. Is so beautiful. I can't even describe to you. But all of the colors in all are really stunning. You have very pretty light highlights down here, a white one, a pink one, and then you have more of a bronzy highlight selection over here. I just really love the palette. I can't say enough wonderful things about it. Amazing job. I just really love this palette. So that is the Carli Bybel BH Cosmetics Collection palettes. The next collection I'm going to talk about is my Urban Decay palettes, and I have 2 of them. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Smokey Collection palette. I don't reach for this one too often because the colors in here are a little dark for me. This is perfect for a night out, or if you want a little bit more of a vampy vibe kind of look, or someone who likes a little bit of darker makeup would really appreciate this palette. When I do use this palette, I tend to reach for the first 3 shades, which are, the first color in here is called High, and it's a very pretty pink undertone shimmer shade. The next one is called Dirty Sweet, which is a really pretty gold shade, and I always use gold. Gold is always on my eyelid. It's just my favorite. And then the third one is Radar, which is a darker brown shimmer shade. So those are the 3 shades that I tend to stay with in this palette, and also the chocolate brown one down here. But I still like this palette. I think it is a beautiful palette, but I just don't reach for it too often. The next that I have from Urban Decay is the Naked palette. I think this is the first one. Is it? It's just the Urban Decay Naked one, and it's velvet, which I think is so adorable. It's a pretty chocolate velvet palette, and when you open it up, I do use this one quite often. It has a lot of all these shades except for the last 2, which are a very dark blue and another blue shade. I don't reach for those too much, but every single other color in here I use all the time. So the Naked palette is full of browns and just more of like everyday shades, which I find to be pretty much what I reach for all the time, is more of natural kind of looking shades like that. So I really like the Naked Urban Decay palette. I think Urban Decay is a wonderful brand. I love them in general. And I really want, I want so bad. The next palette I want is the Heat palette. I want it so bad. So maybe for my birthday, I'll ask for that. I can't wait to use that. I just think that's the perfect palette for fall coming right around the corner. It's filled with tons of reds and warm tones and oranges, and I really want that palette. Mom, if you're watching, or honey, if you're watching, that's what I want. I want the Heat palette by Urban Decay. Yes. Okay, the last palette, and this is not a new palette, it's been around all over the place, is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I had to mention this palette because it is so adorable. This was probably my very first high-end purchase in an eyeshadow palette, so it plays a special role in my heart. So it's really cute, and when you open it up inside, you have a little mirror. It says Sweet Peach. I just think the packaging is so adorable. And it just has really, really pretty shades in it. So you've got a lot of pink shades, brown shades, darker shades over on this side. And when you smell it, it really does smell of peach, which is so brilliant, and I just loved it. When you put it on, though, it does not still smell of peach. But when you're opening the palette, it smells of peach, and I really like it. All of these palettes blend. Every single palette that I mentioned blends very easily, very nicely. These are perfect palettes. I love them all, but I'll have to say my favorites are probably, well, obviously the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel Deluxe Edition palette, and then the Tarteist Pro palette. These 2 are probably my favorite out of all the palettes that I mentioned. So I was also thinking about doing a drugstore collection palette, because I have tons of eyeshadow palettes that are drugstore as well. So if you guys would like to see that, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave me comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe before you leave so you can see more of my fun videos. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. All right, bye.